The balloons came down, Caroline, as he accepted the nomination. Your reaction?
Maria, in those 15 minutes that mattered, that introduction, Trump was absolutely riveting. His tone was sober, dignified, magnanimous. Even the overarching themes, like Grady said, were unity, prosperity, and optimism, while hitting all the major issues that Americans are worried about: inflation and illegal immigration. He eventually reverted back to his factory settings of rambling and ranting a bit, but there were some really memorable lines like, "Greatness is our birthright." And his accepting the nomination tied a bow on what I thought was a triumphant GOP convention. Meanwhile, the Democratic Party embattled, now in crisis, over its frontrunner. And the last takeaway, Maria, is that after having just survived an assassination attempt, Trump probably could have talked all night long. I mean, if mental fitness is now a focal point, which it is, he has superhuman stamina compared to Biden. Nobody believes that Biden has that kind of resilience and leadership that Trump has displayed over the last week.
Yeah, and you know, Caroline, now we're waiting to see any news out of the Biden team. Of course, the White House, the Biden campaign is denying the speculation that Joe Biden is about to step down. The speculation was raging at the end of the RNC yesterday when I was there, and people are expecting him to step down this Sunday, as soon as this Sunday. But again, the campaign is denying it. I've got to say, these issues were on full display, as far as I'm concerned, for the last couple of years. In fact, it's been 2 years that I've been saying I didn't think Joe Biden would be the nominee. Here's a clip. I've said this before, but I don't think there's any shot that Joe Biden runs for re-election in 2024. There's absolutely no shot. Everybody knows it. But is there a bench for Joe Biden's spot? I'll say it again. I don't think Joe Biden has a shot to run in 2024. Over a year ago, I said there's no shot that Joe Biden is going to be the nominee on the Democrat side. Caroline, now we see the numbers. Trump is leading President Biden by 5 points nationally, expanding that lead after the assassination attempt, according to a CBS poll. Your thoughts?
Yes, absolutely. I think the defiance that President Trump demonstrated in the immediate aftermath of that attempted assassination was shocking to many Americans. Yeah, I think just that presence of mind, I don't think anybody can dispute that Biden wouldn't have had that. We're not even sure if he would have survived such an incident. And to your point, I mean, this could have been predicted long ago. We know that Biden still has the ambitions to stay in the race. He's doubling down. He's digging his heels in. And I mean, this is a testament to the Democratic media apparatus. You know, for the longest time, they were lying to the American public about his cognitive decline, which half of Americans, by the way, believe that, you know, this was dishonest. Yeah. And now they're doing the opposite. They're pressuring Biden to step down.
So, John Lonsky, earlier in the week, it felt like there was momentum in stocks because investors were believing that Trump would return to the White House. But we've been seeing a sell-off. I mean, certainly in technology stocks earlier in the week. But the Dow Industrial strength on that notion of a Trump return seems to be diminishing here with this sell-off. Tell me what you believe has been driving markets.
Well, I think what's happened recently, this latest sell-off, would have to be that we're recognizing the U.S. equity market is very richly valued. Many would argue that it's overpriced. And perhaps there is a need for at least a short-term correction so that we have stock prices better aligned with the outlook for corporate earnings as well as the overall economy. And let's not forget, regardless of who wins the election in November, the expectation still is that a real GDP growth will remain under 2% through 2025.
Yeah, great analysis, John.